Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today you can tell by the title I am going to be doing a fun little tag. It's the Disney villain tag and I was tagged in this by my friend Megan. I will link her channel down below, but she has like 5 times more followers than I do, so you're probably already following her if you are following me. But still, I'll link her video down below. And it was funny because she tagged me in it, but then when she started doing it, she thought it was like a what villain am I tag. But then ended up doing just like a Disney villain tag in general, which I kind of prefer. Also, I don't have too many followers, so I don't know who would tell me like what villain I am. It would be like my grandma being like, you're not a villain, you're a princess. So yeah, that saved me, so thank you, Megan. But yeah, so there's 13 questions. I'm going to get into it, and I guess I have to tag someone. I don't know if anyone will listen to me, but I am going to tag, and I'll let them know that I tagged them in this because I don't know if they watch my videos, but I am going to tag my cousins, Sophie and Sadie. They are Disney freaks. They actually might still be in Disney now as I'm filming this, but they were there if they're not still. Super jealous of them. My boyfriend and I are going in 60 days. I'm talking really fast. We're going in 60 days. We actually just booked our fast passes this morning, so it's super exciting. We got all the rides that we wanted to get, so yeah, super pumped. But yeah, Sophie, Sadie, I'm tagging you, and I want to know your favorite villains, why, your least favorite, and etc. So if you're watching this and you want to do this video, just write the questions down as you go, and yeah, I look forward to watching your video. But let's get into it. So the first question is favorite villain and why? And Megan's probably gonna be rolling her eyes so hard because this was her overrated villain. But I love Maleficent. I can't, like, she's my favorite. And I just love her aesthetic. I love the green, the purples, love those colors, her horns. I do love the movie Sleeping Beauty, and I know it's like, when you go back and watch it, it's like super short and like, I don't know. It's not that, I mean, it's a great movie, but I feel like what makes it is Maleficent and then the 3 fairies. So like those were always my favorite characters, are the 3 fairies and Maleficent from that movie. And then I just love the Once Upon a Dream song, and I love the new Maleficent movies as well, and the creepy version that they do of that song. So that kind of made me love Maleficent more, is like seeing her backstory and all of that good stuff. So sorry, Megan, but Maleficent is my favorite. I am so basic. The next question is a villain you'd love getting in trouble with. So for that one, I am going to pick Hades because, I mean, number one, he doesn't scare me that much. I mean, he is a scary, they're all kind of scary, but he's just so funny. He's sarcastic, he's quick, like, he like knows, I don't know, because one minute he's like, well, on the other hand, blah, and then he like freaks out and that's when his hair goes, and I just think he's so funny. The third question is a villain's bad side you wouldn't want to get on. For that, I don't really have a specific one. I guess none. If I could say like a villain I'm scared of the most, and like this is going back to my childhood as well, it would probably be Jafar, because he's scary. And even like in the parks, I remember like as a little kid, whenever I would see him, like I would always be frightened. Like he was like the only character that I was like deadly afraid of at Disney. I think that's the, I mean, he scarred me. That's the only one I can remember. And I remember like specifically my mom taking a picture with him because I was afraid too. So I guess Jafar would be my answer. He's just very scary looking. Favorite villain quote. This is hard because there's like a lot of villain sayings. I wouldn't say quotes because I feel like a lot of villains don't have like, besides like the main like most popular ones like Ursula, I don't know, like when I think of a quote, all I think is Ursula, but Ursula is not one of my favorite villains, so I didn't want to go with her. The only one I could think of was Scar, and it's not my favorite quote, but I guess it's the most memorable and the one that makes me feel the most emotions, is when he is killing Mufasa and he says long live the king, and like lets him go, and that gives me like legit goosebumps. Like that's terrifying. Like, whew, so many emotions. Like you are crying, you're scared, like it's terrible. So that would be have to be like the most villainous quote that like comes to mind when I hear that question. Okay, so this one's a fun one. Favorite villain songs, and I have many. I don't have one favorite because I can't just choose. I picked 3 though. So the first one that came to mind was Mother Knows Best. I love Tangled. I love Mother Gothel. I mean, even though she's evil, she's like kind of like fun the way she presents herself in that song, I guess, like saying like you're never leaving, you're trapped here forever, but it was like fun and I liked singing along to that. The other one is going back to Scar and Lion King is Be Prepared. Love that song, love that scene especially. And the only thing I have to say about that is a remake of The Lion King. I was disappointed with Be Prepared. That was like, I love the remake, but Be Prepared was like the most like disappointing part of that movie. And then the third song that came to mind is the Oogie Boogie song from Nightmare Before Christmas. Love him, love that song. It's so catchy, so yeah. Question number 6 is most relatable villain, and I had to dig deep down from this one because I can't really say that like, I don't know, I was trying to find qualities of villains that are relatable like now, and like not to me specifically but to anyone I guess, and I thought like greedy, selfish, normal things that like, I mean, not anyone's gonna go kill someone because they're mad at them, so I was trying to think of like the most relatable topics, and I chose Edgar from Aristocats, and I guess not many people would see him as a villain, but he is definitely the villain in that movie, because he hears that the cats are going to be getting the house, the fortune, the money, everything. And so obviously selfishness comes to mind, greed comes to mind, so he tries to kill the cats and so he can get everything basically. So yeah, that's Edgar. And I mean, although he's mean and trying to kill the cats, I do like him. I think he's so cute. And then the scene where he's riding on the motorcycle with the sidecar is so funny. Question number 7, most overrated villain. So, overrated. I would have to agree with Maleficent is pretty overrated. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I think she just is more like advertised than other villains. So yeah, I mean, I already said I'm basic, I'm owning it, so Maleficent. Number 8 is most underrated. This one I've been thinking about for a while just because I watch this movie quite often. It's one of the free movies on Netflix, so when I feel like watching Disney, that's what I watch. But from Mulan is Shan Yu. I think it's Shan Yu is how you pronounce it. Super underrated.
Dude, underrated!
Like, he kills a whole village of people, children, like super sad. He leads the Huns. Evil. Like, that's evil to me, and I feel like a lot of people don't recognize him or like remember him as a villain. But yeah, underrated. More people need to think about that. Number 9 is favorite villain scene. Going with my favorite villain, I would have to pick the Maleficent scene where she places a curse over Sleeping Beauty. I more specifically like that scene now from like the remake of the Maleficent. It's just more powerful, more dark looking. In the animated version, it's kind of lame compared to the newer movies, so, but yeah, that would have to be my favorite villain scene. Number 10 is if you could choose any movie to watch from a villain's perspective, what would it be? So stemming from my favorite scene, it would have to be Maleficent, which it already exists, so I love that movie. I love seeing her backstory. I love that she grows up with all the fairies and she's like not technically evil at first. I mean, no one is. And then she actually starts falling in love with King Stefan, and yeah, so that's why the curse scene is probably my favorite, because she's like, no, you did me wrong and now I'm doing you wrong, which isn't right, by the way, I know that, but this is not real life. Number 11, favorite villain merchandise. That was a hard question because I don't really know how to answer that. Like, I guess generally t-shirts, I like villain t-shirts because those like are something you wear all the time. But if it's a specific item, I guess it would have to, I don't own this, but I do like it and I look at it often. It's at Hot Topic. It's like a Maleficent romper. So it's like a tank top, just black romper, plain, and then like there's a flowy skirt that goes down, and there's a slit in the front, and it has like the purple and green and like flames on it, and I think thorns or something. It's so gorgeous. I haven't bought it though because it's not really, yeah, it's not something I need, nor will I wear all the time, but maybe one day I will buy that from Hot Topic. So, and number 12, we're almost done. This is my least favorite villain. That one was easy. Queen of Hearts. Don't like her. She doesn't do much for me. I don't even think about her a lot. I mean, there's a lot of villains I don't think about, but the Queen of Hearts is just like, ugh. Like, I mean, Alice in Wonderland, I do like the aesthetic of that movie. It's not one of my favorites, but I like the animation of it, if that makes sense. But Queen of Hearts, no. No. She's my least favorite. And then, so the last question here is favorite villain sidekick. So that would be Pain and Panic. Love them. I think they're so funny. They're really stupid for like what their job is supposed to be. And then Iago is one of my other favorites. Even though I don't like Jafar, but I do like Iago. So that if I was ever captured by Jafar, Iago would make it a little bit better. So yeah, hopefully I wasn't talking too fast. I feel like these questions are really hard, so I had to write them down. Also, I'm probably like not thinking of so many villains. I feel like it's just a such a broad spectrum. Like I must be missing someone that like is a great villain, and I'm just like, I'm stupid and I'm basic and I like Maleficent, so there's that. So yeah. Anyways, if you do this tag, let me know down below, and I will definitely check out your video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.